Alright peeps, welcome back to Lemon Canyon with the Lemon Canyoneers here having themselves a nice little back scratch. In the last episode, we showed these beavers some love, and in this episode, we're gonna get them all stable. Most likely. Now this isn't the first time we've said that on this series, and we are 25 cycles in, and we've still got nigh on 22 days of this Badtide remaining. I mean, thankfully, we do have the big old reservoir here. It's even flooded up the top of the canyon, so we can plant some trees, get some extra wood. Because with our big industrial estate under construction, we absolutely need all that wood. Now, before we get too crazy with it, let's just check in with our little districts here. The actual pit. The OG starting point where everything began. We've still got mass hordes of resources, food and water being the main ones, although we were up at 16k not that many cycles ago. Of course, from the pit, you make your way up this beautiful staircase here. Look at the beaver garden for it. Mostly all natural as well. And now you made it up those stairs, which we have beavers garden up. You're now officially in Lemon Overlook. Now from the ground level, Lemon Overlook looks to be ticking along, tickety-boo. Hello, farmer. How's your water level doing? That's not too bad. Genuinely, not too bad. I was fearful that I was going to have to pop in a little water slurper, but maybe not. Now let's hippity-hop past the industry here and have a look at what our water reserves are doing. You got any lemonade deliveries? You certainly have. Oh, we are running a tad low on water, though. What about over here? We were full over here. Oh, let us up. I want to see how much water I've got. Oh, it's empty. What about this one? Oh, he's still got one full tank. But I didn't know if that's 20 odd days worth. Now on our hangs over here, for our big advanced breeding pods, we're waiting on metal blocks. But we're making metal blocks. So why aren't they getting in there? We've got scrap metal. We've got bloody logs. We even have haulers and all. So what's the bloody crack like? I see. These are maximum priority overhangs, so they're going to get some metal blocks first. Why don't I real casually maximum priority the actual breeding of the beavers? Because although we've got 18 beavers we're now today, we definitely need more beavers to keep up with all the beavers we have. And I did forget, I need to actually check Lemon Overlook's resources. 1.1k food, that's not too bad. The 1.6k water though, that's concerning. That's rather concerning. Oh, we need berries as well. That's right. I was on a big berry adventure last time. We need to get all of these soybeans ripped up and replaced with berries. But since they're different categories, I can't just use my fancy mod. So I have to actually remember to pop the berries down. But our forester... our forester just clocked off. I thought the forester was running down to actually put it on, but they weren't. I spy a maximum priority metal gobbling centrifuge. But we do need the centrifuge up and running, so you can get your last 9 bits of metal blocks with your maximum priority, and then get on to repopulating Lemon Canyon. And I've been thinking, right, since we're in update 7, I might be able to do a fancy pants water repulsion system. Of the bad variety, of course. Because water sources don't piss out the back of the map when they're on the back of the map. However, I do believe if I plop some terrain blocks... I forgot we're running really low on science. But if we plop terrain blocks over like that, it then will flow over the top of the terrain blocks out the map. And if we pop some fancy pants sluices on there, we could have it. So any good water that was on during a, well, temperate season will stay good. I mean, not forever. We do have bad water sources knocking about up here. They will eventually contaminate this entire river, but it's a fair dinkum deep river if I turn the water off. Look at the depth on that bad lad. So it will take a wee while for the bad water to contaminate all of these slurping straws, aka extra time slurping up clean water for Lemon Overlook. But yeah, now, like I was saying, we need that science. And I do believe, yes, oh, that's why these are really high priorities, because I need the bloody number cruncher. And I also don't have an excavator over here. Well, I suppose we have to work that one out now. Please say I've at least unlocked it. Of course not, 2,000 skies points. I might need more than one of these bloody number crunchers. And of course they take 25 metal blocks. You know what? I might pop a little bit of a maximum priority jobby. Ooh. There's only one more. Oh, previous MiGly, I'm not necessarily questioning your design here, but did you plop enough spelters on here? I mean, considering how low on planks we are, why didn't I unpause these while I'm waiting for that bloody, what do you call it? The hauling post to get built. Get a lot of these beavers grafting day and summit, you know? Although that does mean we're going to need more wood. And more wood, I believe, requires more bamboo choppers. Oh, please say this is marked for cutting. It is at least marked for cutting. Although they do make it a bit difficult to see if we've got any flags knocking about. Need pathway connected? Well, that's not going to help matters, is it? Let me path on top of that little ladder there, and now we've got a gatherer flag connecting all the mangroves, or collecting them. And we've got Yowen, the lumberjack, who's going to chop down all this bamboo here. Just making sure we don't have cut trees on our fancy little ever blossoms over here. They need to stay pretty. Oh, we'll be picking up some more berries and all. Oh, look at him go, picking up the berry. Well, hopefully you'll send some of those out to Lemon Overlook, and they can start bloody reproducing. Because they've got 9 vacancies. Are you for real? Well, in that case, I know some things that need to get upped in numberinos. Unpaused. And, well, yeah, just... Now you have 4 vacancies. We need more beavers on the crack. Actually, since we have all these vacancies, why don't you produce your own metal blocks? We very much may as well unpause the engine. Oh, and the bloody oil press! We'll probably need the oil press for something, didn't we? Like Deed Fancy, and I was just like, nah, whatever, just crack along with it. And do we have a woodwork shop? Our here on this industrial estate? Oh, we do, we got far them knocking about. Now it's a matter. We'll leave this laddie paused then. And I'm seeing we got 161 explosives still knocking about. 0 gears. Oh, well, actually 0 planks, so we need to do a little bit of unpausey and then a little bit of unpausey. And now, we're grafting again up here. Oh, you know what? We'll be able to actually build these large water tanks. Oh, and plant some more blueberries. And then they're not going to have to be as reliant on deliveries from the pit. Oh, beavers! Oh, yes, we're up before I even got here. You're already up and about picking the kohlrabis, picking the last of the soybeans. Oh, they're actually... I'm getting blasted! I need to get out! Read, I actually had... English MiGly. I actually had no idea that the beavers were actually going to be here, actually picking the actual last of the actual soybeans. Therefore, I can actually stop saying actually and get myself some blueberries on here. Complete the blueberry extension. I'm half tempted to turn that off, you know, but I won't. I will. See you later. I hadn't even finished saying I wasn't going to turn it off. So what I thought, while I wasn't finishing saying anything, we've got the big deep holes here. And because we're iron teeth, we got the big deep water slopers. So why don't I get some platforms on the gun, unfortunately not of the side variety, and slurp from the big deep hole, if required. We also have multiple deep holes we can slurp from. So let's begin by pulling out an F to flip, so I can squeeze both of these bad lads on ya and have a little pathway down the side if I so wish. I'm very simply just going to connect it up with a real casual wooden staircase there. And of course, not forgetting the paths. But that is actually fairly cheap for 2 water slurpers. And that does leave this little area open. We only really use that in an emergency. Ooh, all the blueberries are in. Happy days. I love me some bonus blueberries. But, like I was saying, we only really used it in an emergency, and this water source right here is only, let me click off and click back on again, 0.5 strong. So if we start slurping loads up out of it, it's not going to actually fill up the reservoir, overspill, and keep all of this lemon grove nice and green. Oh, something about the lemon grove. If you're not familiar with the Lemon Canyon map, there is what I like to call the plug hole. We just need to make our way to it, get on top of the lemons, and then we'll notice you've got a weird little floodgate situation here. That's because before I had full bad water control up there, they're not deed money, you're just not supposed to see them from this angle. But whenever we had a bad tide, bad water would rush down there. And if we didn't put it down the plug hole here, the old negative water source, it would end up going all the way down here and fully contaminating the pit. And this is not a place you want to contaminate. I love the fact that we've just got all of this water slurpage on the crack, even during droughts and bad tides. Thanks to this absolute... I don't know what happened. Oh, I was looking up. I was scared there. I've been playing a bit of Planet Crafter and, you know, terrain concerns are on the mind. But as I was coming over here to say, I've never seen this dam from this perspective. And oh my, it is a beast and a half. Like, I'm trying to get like some sort of proper perspective on it, but it's difficult because I've proper filled every... Get back up, MiGly! Alright, we're proper doomed with the sluices. New Harvard Deeks. This big old dam here. You can't even tell it's a dam. It's that huge. But yeah, now that is something else. Like, it's a proper beaver water slurping paradise here. Oh, sorry, mate. I'll let you recover in peace. Oh, we got your centrifuge up here. That should mean... Oh, we've got all of the things up here. And we need the centrifuge to do the whole extract. And why is there no paths? What? Hello? I swear there was paths here earlier. Where's the stairs? Beavers, will you please build the effing stairs up to all your breeding pods? One of these thirsty beavers I've got us thinking about Lemon Overlook. What's the water level like over there? Well, not water level, but levels in the tanks are still full. Oh, I shouldn't have clicked it. It's not quite full. And it's getting less full. Why are beavers coming all the way over here? Is it because... Yes, it is. This is empty. We've only got 191 lemonade in a very quickly diminishing tank to a name. This is no good whatsoever. We are importing water at least, so if it becomes necessary, we'll have them. And I noticed we're getting ration deliveries, so why don't I get a little bit of ration storage up here? I'll happily store 1,200 corn rations. I've gone along with me 1,200 fermented soybeans, you know. Oh, look, Lemon Overlook. Perfectly balanced. Not a single job waiting to be bloody taken. Oh, look at all the beavers going home. Ah, do you need to do a Who's in the State upgrade over here? You know what, beavers? How much wood you got? Not a lot. And I don't think you've got any way of... Yeah. Yeah, now, beavers, you really need to be getting doing chopping some more trees. As well as planting some more trees. And I've been thinking, right? This area up here... Let's just have a dense forest, so the beavers over in Lemon Overlook don't really have to look at the District 9ers. We just rather them not, you know. And for reasons, I say reasons because I certainly don't know why. Because this is just far too easy for beavers to cross this. And certainly not fancy enough for us. So we need to spend some science points that we definitely have running spare on some 2x1 suspension bridges. That is more like it for the fancy Lemon Overlook. But yeah, now beavers, genuinely just get round to it when you can. For now, I'll set up a temporary path to bypass the bridge. I love it. I love my little bridge bypass path. Oh, I am seriously expanding the growing capacity of Lemon Overlook here, like. And soon enough, hopefully, or at least the plan is, we start flooding this area. And then once that happens, we want to start harvesting some mangroves. I'm thinking mangroves all the way along where these bottom ladders are. If you're new here, if the stairs, I'm going to call them ladders. If the ladders, I'm going to call them stairs. That's not consistent. I'll flippity flop as much as I like. But for the rest of it, we're going to be whipping out the unbelievably tall bamboo. Look at that. That is unbelievably tall right there, like. And there will be a few spots where it doesn't get planted and we'll just pop a bonus mangrove in. Oh, if I'm doing mangroves, I need gather our flags over here too. Gather our flag there. And well, that'll do, because that's where all the mangroves are going to be doing in this water. Oh, you know what I should do? Should I? Is it worth it? Yeah, why not? I'll do it. Especially because I've got no bloody skies points. Well, I'm going to fill this up so I've got a little pool and I'll have a sluice going in the other way. A little something like that. Now, annoyingly, that is where the unbelievably tall bamboo comes in, so I may get fancy with it and pop the sluice right here. I'm not disturbing any bamboo plantation there because this is under the line of the mangroves. And then I'll just have to dirt up the rest of this. It'll be noughts a matter. Or do we stick with old school? Yeah, go on. I'll do a bit of old school, but I'll pop a bit of dirt there and then a levee on top. You know, a little bit of a wink towards the fact we're on update 7. Oh, the beavers built the maximum priority staircase. Therefore, if we got into first person mode, I think it's just put me down the bottom of a cliff. Yep. But let's make our way up the brand new maximum priority staircase. And then we get, not only in the sunlight, but to pop our view, all of these advanced breeding pods. Are you just being born with a hammer on your back? Oh, and of course you're not in range. You're not supposed to be grafting yet, pal. We haven't flooded this area yet. Oh, it's been too long. Oh, we've still got some water. We still have some water. That is grand. You know what? Actually, how long does it last? Oh, I'm going to look. I'm going to peek. No. I didn't peek. But if you're a keen-eyed beaver, you can peek for yourself. But I genuinely didn't look at that. I don't know if it's going to last or not. I do know that we're going to be tickety-boo over here, because not only do I have full tanks, we've got the slurp as one could want. You know what might be this? It is! We have a clean river! You know what? I'm going to meet you at a clock off a clock when we've got some beavers. Oh, sorry, I'm lying! We've already got bobbies swimming! Oh, no, I wasn't lying. I'll meet you at clock off a clock when we've got beavers swimming in here. Alright, peeps, here we are. It's officially clock off a clock. We've got haulers, we've got general grafters, we've got bobbies swimming, racing each other. And in this pool as well, there's some action going on. Look at the farmer. I love how they start submerging and they come up and they're just like, foo, get those tails going, boys. Oh, I love it. I also love all the lemonade they've got. Have you got fresh stocks of lemonade? We got people coming in, having a slurp, having a good time? Why, aye, stops your teeth from rusting, you know. I mean, it doesn't, but don't tell anybody else that, okay? Oh, me hauling posts are in! That means we should have vacancies of the 30 vacancies. Oh, these are minimum priority jobs. They are, officially, our hanging, our float jobs. Oh, speaking of our hangs, you know what I was thinking at the last episode, MiGly mate? Why are you actually building these? Just cheat them in. You had overhangs in here anyway, side platforms. So, you know, be fair, delete the logs there because you're going to plop another levy in. But just absolutely control these bad lads in. Because like I was saying, you already spent the resources on the side platforms. These are simply a replacement. Just like those advanced breeding pods. I forgot some of these, love it. There's always one in there. Right, well now, we've got our OG Path Under the Dam back up and running. Now what I'm keen for, peeps, a good old-fashioned speedy up bit. This time, overlooking the Lemon Overlook. More specifically, have a look out at the bottom right there. We can see how much water's left. So I can come out the speedy up bit if necessary. But hopefully, we won't. And we'll just sit back, relax, like we used to some Timberborn tunes. And I might have got a bit distracted enjoying the old speedy up bit with the Timberborn tunes, but the water's out of sight! How much we got left? 30 water for... Nah, okay. Now we're going to have a look. Less than a day. How's the water imports coming along? Oh, there's another thing! There's another crossing! Oh, yeah, unpause that. Maximum priority beavers, 10 years in there. Need path. Oh, no. It's another side platform that I completely forgot about. Alright, for now, I'm just going to cheat a proper snidey little solution in place. But don't let us forget to delete that and delete the resources when we have some dirt and I can do a proper little solution for that. Right, so now we should have 10 workers in there, 10 grafters in there, and we shall be bringing in even more water. Hopefully, we can survive our in the Lemon Overlook. You know what, I might even unpause this, laddie. We can have 21 in each, supplying water across borders, keeping every beaver hydrated. And I suppose this is classed as an emergency. Do I pool the beavers' efforts into getting these water pools up? And by water pools up, I mean water pools slurped up. You know what, this one is going to instantly get slurped up, isn't it? It's only one wide. Oh, what a waste. What an absolute waste putting the bloody water straw in there is. You know, panicking to get this in's a bit of a waste as well. I'll up the priority, but not maximum. I'd rather you spend your efforts, you know, maybe getting these in. 7.7 days left though, peeps. What we're running out of here? We need more bloody extract, I imagine. Berries? But the big berry farm? How are we running out of berries? I thought we had heaps of berries, you know. I mean, like, heaps of berries. Where even is the berry storage? Apparently there's 2 warehouses for berry storage. I guess I'll have to take your word for that. Now, peeps, I've been sitting here pondering with me mates that have just left because they knew I was going to do a little piece to camera here. There's a lot of homeless beavers knocking about in Lemon Canyon in general. The pit, there's a lot. Lemon Overlook, there's a lot. Resourceful, we didn't even have housing hour there. And while I was looking, I was like, you know what could be canny? We've already built our way up there. The foundations of a brand spanking new housing estate is right before us. I mean, literally, right here. I'm going to delete an entire layer of warehouses, maybe 2, we'll see how I can. And in their place, plop in loads of large barracks. I mean, why not? It's only bloody... No, I'm going to do 2 up. Oh, do I? How many homeless beavers do I have? 196. Yeah, I'm going to do 2 rows of barracks. That'll do. I'm going to do 3 rows of barracks. Because this could prove a tidy little housing estate for the upper level. Yeah. And apart from here, over here, we're going to straight back to large warehouses. But over here, we're doing large warehouses on top. Oh, no, I do love that. A housing estate encapsulated in warehouses. I love it. The warehoosing estate, that's what it is. I love me a warehoosing estate like. Warehoosing estate, I bloody love it. Oh damn, there's 70 logs each and we officially have 44 to a name across the entirety of Lemon Canyon. Oh, the water levels come down a tad on our reservoir, hasn't it? It is properly making its way down like. Well, not all the way down. We're still going to be slurping up like nobody's business. And I feel like what I should do over here is actually swap these jobs around. Pause ye, unpause ye. And yeah, now there's one of these for all 3 of these, so I'm just going to real casually do that. I thought I was going to cut, but I didn't. Now we're done. Just like you're done. Whoa, why are you done? Oh, they've only went and bloody cleared the scrap. Ye bunch of bloody leggings. You know what? Oh no, you need to keep grafting. I was going to say temporarily pause you while we build the next layer up, but I need to leave you on pause because I'll never unpause you and then we'll have knee scrap on the crack. We're going to do a mixture of stairs and ladders here so we can get both ways on the top. Alright, build our beavers, maximum priority that please, so our grafters can, well, graft. Now unfortunately I'm seeing here that I'm going to have to remove some croppage. I think the least destructive I can be here is removing that croppage because I do believe our builders, yes, can still build there. And then I'm going to build up 1 layer so I can ladder down. Then we can chop the trees, get the rest of the scrap out and eventually clear up this entire rim of the pit. And it does look like we're not quite keeping up with the extract. I think it might be time to ensure that we get these 2 on the crack. Bonus, we get our number cruncher running as well. Oh, have you already started building the old bot pod factories? Well, I'm not going to complain. Oh, what I am going to do is going to check with the Lemon Overlookers. How's the water? Oh, people are thirsty. There's too many thirsty... Well, hang on. The beaver that's got water on their back is thirsty. You know, we need to properly have a look at this, like. Look at this dude. Thirsty beaver with water on his back. Have you ever seen such a thing? I'm actually curious, is he just going to drop the water off and then just go straight in? Or is he just going to not even leave and be quenched? Alright, let's double check. How are we doing, Junior? Why so many hungry, thirsty beavers? I keep forgetting how vast the distances are we travel on this map, you know. I do remember, unfortunately, I'm going to delete some fancy paths around here because I was going to put a little district in the middle. I do still want to do that. But if I send beavers up there, they're going to be entirely relying on imports. And we're not quite there yet. So we need to do the long distance for now. Not forever though, we will sort it out. We definitely have enough food and water to last our beavers for 6 days. Even with a whole bunch of hungry and thirsty beavers. Actually, you know what? The 52 water. I think I'm going to trust the beavers here, you know. Why, I'm even gonna completely distract myself by jumping into a real casual speedy up bit of the central staircase, and some of these whoos is getting smashed in. Oh, it'll be great, hopefully at least, to not have any homeless beavers knocking about in the pit, as we've basically had homeless beavers since, like, I don't know, episode 5 or 6. Those 3 barracks are the only hooses we've ever built on this map. Oh no, there's 3 barracks up at Lemon overlooking Al, but in the pit, those are the only 3 barracks we've ever done, and we're putting 8 more in. This warehouse estate has gotta be mint. Oh, and I've just noticed as well, I can see beavers walking across the top of the screen there, so that way I know that there's at least some beavers knocking about in Lemon Overlook. Well, I'm not gonna lie to you peeps. Where's the bloody oozing estate? It's too far from district. About what? No. I'm just going to go ahead and zoom out away from that. Go over to Lemon Overlook, see if we've got beavers slurping away. We do. How did our water do? Hey, not too bad. We ended up accumulating water. That's thanks to all of these laddies being unpaused. Well, we definitely don't need this laddie grafting anymore. You can be used elsewhere, Mr. Beaver. And what's the water level like in the Canyon Reservoir? It's not too bad. We still have a couple of blocks before we got to the bottom. And a couple of blocks is the right term there as well. Our resourceful, we are slowly but surely recouping some of our green growable ground. So let's migrate from the pit. 30 beavers over here. I think that's enough. I hope that's enough. Now, it could be a fun little speedy up bit. Like, actually fun. Not being like, oh, we're going to build a housing estate and then we just simply don't. This, where we see all of the green get planted. And once I've adjusted the floodgates, or even get the hood turned off so we can properly appreciate the good water flooding the bad water. Retoot the map. Well, that's our gardens green once again. And I did get us thinking, we need to pop a forester up here. And I've just been thinking about ways to do this. I noticed I had 1,000 science points so I can afford the dirt block. But I just don't feel comfortable cheating dirt blocks in. It's just a bit too cheaty for me, you know. So, for now, we're just going to temporarily take up some space on the green growable land, plonk a forester in there, and I will finish now. Prioritising blueberries, of course. Oh, and speaking of blueberries, we need to get all of these unpaused. The goal is still to have a stable beaver population up here in resourceful. Oh, and I do need to unpause this laddie. Right, now, what's the state of the jobs in here now? Knee builders, 84 vacancies, hence why I wanted all of this up and running. I wasn't joking when I said this 130 odd beavers is not where we need to be. We do thankfully at least have some builders knocking about. So I'm just going to leave it at that. Lemon Overlook were never touched, but do we have spare beavers? Woo! 60 spare beavers. Lemon Overlook is OP like. They can definitely afford some bloody inventors. And honestly, just unpause everything else here. Crack along. Doing what you're doing. Oh, and I definitely need to get some automations on this. Unpause when temperate season starts, and pause for the rest. And this will be a little trial run here. We'll see how they can. If this little reservoir doesn't fill up quick enough, because remember, we may only get 6 days to get this all filled up. That's our minimum that we could get. Oh, and you didn't need to be grafting. Get paused. But yeah, now, we'll make sure this fills up. If it does, I might add a couple more. You can never be slurping enough water, can you? But yeah, now, before I forget, since we got 60 beavers over here with nothing to do. 1, 2. Oh, no, not all of them. Damn it. Okay. How many beavers do I need to bring back? 80 beavers? Get yourself back over to Lemon Overlook. And now we should have a perfect little district with no vacancies and, well, 1 beaver sitting without a D. Which is alright. We'll give them something to do, you know. Alright, so Lemon Overlook, how are you doing jobs-wise? 12? You know what? I might actually send a couple beavers over from the pit. And because I'm nice like that, you can have a couple of beavers from Lemon Overlook too. Alright, that is perfect. We got 2 beavers with now today all the way over here. That means we can get them planking away. Alright, resourceful beavers, it's officially time for you to earn your name. Let's get resourceful. Nice. And the way we're gonna be resourceful is by plunking some levies around the source. Not all the way around though. because we're going to be popping a sluice on the front here. I'm going to pop a second sluice on, this one, pishing out the side underneath wee water sloper here. Now doing this does unfortunately mean no more water pumper back there. You need to be a good old-fashioned levy. And then I need to whip out a proper fancy pants metal platform hour hang, hour the tippity top like that, and then use me fancy hour hang levy on the front. And then with the last levy, we are now sealed in. Now the fun bit from this sluice, we're going to have it close second the contamination gets below 1%. And we're going to have this top sluice closing once the contamination gets above 0%. So the second this gets contaminated, top sluice closes and bottom sluice opens. And this bottom sluice, with the help from our impermeable barriers here, that's not what I wanted, from the help of our irrigation barriers here, I do want impermeable floors, just not doing the bottom there. And of course, some levees ruined the edge. And I'm going to dynamite out this block of dirt so I can pop a levee there and then dirt back on top and still have lovely oak growing ground. As I know, it's just an easy case of platforming across the top, impermeable flooring across that, and now we have a barred water release chute. Now yes, I'm going to have to rework this a tad, pop some sluices on essentially, but not until we actually have the rest of this up and running, because we still need this up the tippity top for maximum irrigation. And I'd say since we just lost one water slurper there, we may as well sacrifice 3 blocks here and pop another water slurper in its place. I mean, I could also just sacrifice 0 blocks and pop one here. Yeah, that sounds like a good idea, doesn't it? Especially since I realise that this laddie's going to be pretty much useless once this is up and running. Then I'm probably just going to fill it with green growable land. Alright, resourceful beavers, all of this is a real casual, medium, high priority job. And don't worry that you've got no supply of metal, or planks, or wood. Just crack on with it here. Oh bros, there's only 4 of yous working in the district crossing. Get that up to 10 and I'll just have to send more beavers how I've needed. 5 more beavers. Pop in a boot! Hang a boot! Bob in a boot! In Lemon Canyon! And of course he's our the bloody resourceful settlement. Look at him with these little hammers like sure it's where I need to build. I will build any bad water repulsion system you want to, Mr. Cupcake. And I eat too well. I didn't have Bob in a boot popped a boot in any old map. Does that mean we can get other special beavers in with the iron teeth as well? Look at the clean water doing ya. We definitely need to get beavers doing ya. Ass up. But we can't do that until the water level drops, and the water level won't drop until it starts going into this big old reservoir, which, yes, it hasn't actually started moving into yet. All of these sluices are still closed due to that very nice bit of contamination we got going on. So yeah, we are 4 days into the temperate season, and we are still waiting on good water to push the bad water out the map to then top up the all-important Canyon Reservoir. Which, if you didn't know, the big Canyon Reservoir here is the thing that the pit completely and utterly relies on for its water. We do, to be fair to Lemon Overlook, get a trickle, but look, it's been 4 days over here, and we still haven't started trickling, have we? So, yeah, nah. This is what I was talking about earlier when I was like, we might only be able to do one of these up here because we only have a wee 0.5 water source. And a 0.5 water source doesn't get up to much. But how are we doing with vacancies up here? We're back up to 60 again. Up to 4, that's not too bad. It's better than 60. Oh, that's right! I was supposed to do things over here to give you Raji some jobs. Hauling post, get in there. Builder's hut, get in there. You know what, for shits and gigs, Builder's hut and hauling post. Now these are all just temporary, you know, just now to matter jobs, just crack along with it whenever you fancy it type of thing. But if you've got 4 vacancies over there, what would our here? 41! Woo! Right, we're definitely shifting some hour. I finally stopped clicking now. No reason whatsoever for it. But we now have 188 beavers knocking about in the pit. That's only 24 vacancies. That's basically these 2 hour hang, hour flow, hour posts. And how's a big train to power the number cruncher coming along? What are you building? Can he not? Oh, that's right. He's can't access it from over here. There's no pathway until all of this is built. Oh, will you look at this? We're foresters getting the blueberries in. And I should probably unpause the gatherer flag to, if nothing else, pick up these berries off the floor there. Now better than a bit of floor berries, you know. Ooh, look at this. We're getting close to these sluices opening. While we're doing a 19%, and if I do a little bit of real casual speed 4 action, you'll see that number absolutely fly down. Well, because it's a whole percentage-based thing. There's not that much percentage-wise left of the bad water, so it's going to go down relatively quickly. And the second it gets to 5%, it's going to open. And it's going to open with some force, which is why we're back down to speed 1. It's open! Look at this! Look at this sluice! I'm definitely turning the hood off and doing a bit of a speed 3. Because look at the water level rise. It isn't even a speedy up bit. This is not a speedy up bit. It's just speed 3. That's the power of the water behind the second big old dam. And also, it just hasn't stopped going up yet. I think it might have finally peaked. And it may start reducing in size and stop surging so much soon. But this is the second dam, and the reason we have to have the close above certain level on this sluice on the main dam. But anywho, that's us, properly up to a nice level, and it has genuinely slapped 2 blocks in here immediately. And that's 2 blocks of this entire reservoir, by the way. It's a lot of water, 2 blocks in here. And then if I click these sluices here, I see what I'm talking about. Closed, and then they'll go open, and then they'll go closed. And if I don't have this on the close above downstream depth, it will just, well, you saw what happens. It will flood the entire pit. But since this water level is now equalised, and it's not all upper height up here, we can unpause the good old-fashioned scavenger flags. Get amongst it. I need you to scavenge all of this doon here. And I also need some builders to pop some stairs in doon there as well. Help these scavengers with a bit, you know. Oh, and speaking of builders, while we've got any dirty bad water doon here, would you mind getting connected back up there and just sort of, well, you know, as I was talking about off camera about 7 months ago, getting out of these bloody wood things gone. Maximum priority. I want it done before we get bad water back in here, because you've seen now precisely how long it takes to get clean. And since we're completely full on water, I'm going to just absolutely chill out with the water slurping here. We're going to not slurp anything from any pool apart from the one we're messing with at the back. Old mate here and old mate here can slurp away. 3 beavers went out today. I believe that's another 3 beavers needing to be migrated from Limon Overlook. I love how the Badtide approaching guns in there. That looks mad. I don't think I've ever clicked that. But yeah, nah, let's just send 10 more beavers over to the pit. And we'll just let Limon Overlook. Hang on, that's not where the 3 unwanted beavers were. 10 beavers back to the pit. And what's resourceful knocking about saying there's 3 beavers went out today? Well, in that case, we're obviously going to get a smelter up and running. We need the metal blocks anyway. I just realised we don't have a hauling post over here. Ye old post of hauling. Get plopped in there. Massive overflow job, that. And now I am actually going to come round. Any maximum priority jobs, turn down to not so maximum priority. Because our actual maximum priority is getting out of these trees. Gone from down here. And look at these beavers go. You know what? Let's do a real casual tree destruction. Speedy up bit. You're going to see these beavers hammer up all of these oaks and pines and mangroves until there's absolutely no trace left. Actually, no, cut that short, cut that short. There's important things we need to do. Remember that we forgot to do last time? Because I'm new to this whole map. I'm not, but I'm back new to it. Oh, and of course it was a bad tide, it wasn't a drought. If it was a drought, we might have actually stood a chance of me not being a big fat phony when I was like, we're going to have stable districts. Well, I mean, I might not be an entire phony, because I didn't say all of the districts will be stable. And I think we've proved that Limon Overlook, with its ever-producing beavers, is more than stable for itself. Thank you very much, Lee. And, as always, the pit. It's the most stable settlement you've ever seen in your life, man. 8.3k food. And we're even constructing the Warehoose estate. Oh, it's so stupid. I love it. I love me Warehoose estate. Like, you know what? Genuinely, when this Badtide hits, I'm gonna, of course, as is tradition, abandon Resourceful. But once we finished abandoning Resourceful, I'm just gonna do one big entirety of the Badtide speedy up bit on the Warehoose estate. Because that way I can title the video Building a Warehoose Estate or something along those lines. And surely that'll get like at least 60 million views. Minimum. Or if I titled something like Beavers Build a Big Warehoosing Estate, that's surely worth another 9k views. And then I'll be a very happy little cupcake. Nah, bro, but for real, if I got 69,000 views on this video, I'd probably myself, so... yeah, let's hope that doesn't happen. Or if it does happen, I'm on the toilet at the time. Either way, I'm happy. Oh, look at the green ground is spreading. Oh, this canyon is going to be so good once we finally actually have it under control. I can't believe that this map is mental, like. I couldn't imagine what it's like with the water beavers. This is supposed to be like the water beavers, like, sort of part and parcel map, both built by Youd Lapantoffel Magic. And I swear I saw a beaver hyena who was like deed fancy looking. And it's usually Lapantoffel Magic when that's the case. So I'm going to have to keep me peepers peeped for our Lapantoffel Magic in Lemon Overlook. Oh, the number cruncher! Look at us! Crunching numbers like a proper bunch of iron teeth leg ends. Watch out! You didn't get your leg ends caught in there though. You might not have them for very much longer. Loving the collision on this number cruncher. There we go. Look at that bad lad spinning with its cogs and that. Put it in overdrive. It's absolutely whooshing. Anywho, this bloody industrial estate is coming along. I like it. I like it a lot. I like it even more once I get my dart excavator on the crack and I can actually get up to this side of it. Oh, look at all those trees we need to chop down. Or do we leave some areas untouched? Do like a human nature reserve area? You know, the beavers can wander around being like, oh, this is where the humans had the skyscrapers. This was a little townhouse. This is where the little trees and forest was. Could be canny. Mad little nature reserve for the beavers to walk around. Hopefully, you know. Oh, damn. That warehoosing estate is something else, like. I'm keen as a bean for that. Oh, my scrappers are making canny work over here. So as I was saying earlier, we're going to get a real casual platform on there, and then a couple of handy-dandy ladders, and then the beavers can get doing and around and start scrapping out of this, / chopping doing all of this. And once that's done, we'll actually move the ladders to here, and then the beavers can just keep moving their way around, scrapping all of this little ledge here. Enough on our beavers? Would you mind getting all made up and running, and, while you're at it, getting these on? Hey, we'll pop these up to bloody high priority. We need to store all the water we can get. What's happening here? Hey, buddy old pal. What's the crack with the lemonade supply?
I'm getting the lemons.
What do you mean you're getting any lemons? Have you seen the lemon grove round the corner? But he's not wrong. He's got no lemons. What's going on in this lemon grove then? No. Nay way. MiGly. You absolute cupcake. That's 6 months ago, MiGly, by the way. That's not present day MiGly. Didn't be blaming me. It's him. It's the other one from the past. Why was I paused? You know what? Let's be fair to past MiGly. We were in dire straits towards the end of the last bit of Lemon Canyon adventure. Look at this, man. I've got them all ripping up and they're just not ripping them all up. That's because there's no storage. That's right, yeah, nah. Plenty of soybean storage, no kohlrabi storage yet. It is a shame we can't chop these. Woo! Hello, beavers. I thought you were actually doing some graft down here. Were these not maximum? What? How were they not maximum priority jobs? No, peep, seriously. You saw us earlier. I definitely put everything over their maximum priority. Didn't I? Oh, and of course you got these two efficient mofos here whinging would have a note today. Look, if you weren't so efficient, this stuff over here would already be built by the time you bloody needed it. But no, you've only went ahead and cleared up all the scrap, haven't you, you bunch of leg ends? 0.6 days. Oh, look, the water's falling! Oh, but I didn't check when it started falling. I really needed to make sure it started falling before 6 days. Like I was saying, 10 shall we get this topped up? Oh, look, we got these in? Do I care that much? I definitely do. Like, what I actually care about is that it gets overflowing towards the end of 6 days, so we got as much water in here as possible. And hopefully that won't be a problem for very much longer, because once we get our big bad water repulsion system on here, like I say, in 3,000 and a bit science points time, so not quite yet. Oh, but I do have 2,000 science points. You know what? Next 0.5 days, let's spend it plopping in the dirt excavator, which I believe I wanted to put here. Yes, I just need to go up a little bit. So just eyeballing this, we're going to want it up here. However, I need to chop down the trees underneath it by the looks of things. Well, in that case, let me pop myself handy dandy ladder up to here, and then up to here, and then up to here, and also up to here. And then, beavers, you can chop down these 2 pesky trees that are in me way. Literally 2 trees stopping us from building that bloody thing. And I do want to get a bit fancier than this with it. I'm thinking 1 big sideways overhang. Especially because I've got more overhangs now. I don't know if that lets me go longer than 6 though. But it does let me do with one of these though. Big 5x5 metal platform. Or if I want to get fancy with it, a little arch number. But for cereal, I just want to pop one on the side like that. And it looks like it'll be the perfect length. Just knocking about there. Now, anything I do want to do, give it a little bit of a metal pillar with brace. Oh, have we? Why are you too high? Well, 1 high metal pillar a day. Of course, I didn't have enough science points. 1 high metal pillar and then 3,000 science points across the end. And we should be looking tidy. Well, that's not happening this episode, is it? Because now that our bad tide is started and we have to retain all the water we can. You know what I am going to do, real casually? Plippity ploppity pause these lot. No, I'm not entirely sure it's worth having beavers. It is not worth having beavers over here, especially because I'm asking them to dive in the water. You know what? Let's get crazy. Last minute with it. They're just not chopping these trees doing like. Too far from district. I have a giraffe. That's why they weren't chopping them down. That's honestly, for 2 reasons, a good thing I came with that speedy up bit. And before any beaver goes down there and starts chopping them, do we have vacancies anywhere? Oh, no. It's a 30-day drought, peeps. It's a 30-day drought. 30. Big 30. 21 vacancies in the pit. 2 vacancies in Lemon Overlook. I'm thinking, right?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
Paused. And then all of this panic. We need all of the builders now. Building can be, paused as well. So now we should have a reasonable amount of beavers getting plopped out. And yeah, just to play it safe, I'm going to pause all of these laddies. Right. I feel alright. Sending 2 beavers from Resourceful to Lemon Overlook. And then the rest of Resourceful, babbies included, can hide in the pit. And... oh no! The water level didn't get as high as it did last time either. Which means it's going to get lower than it did last time. And hopefully, it's still enough to keep this river nice and blue. That's all I can see. Oh, well, peeps. This may well be the most daring, dangerous, and downright foolish end of episode speedy up bit I have ever done and may well ever do. Because as you saw, we've just started this 30-day bad tide. We've got far too many beavers crammed into the pit here. Lemon Overlook is not slipping up any more fresh water. I just paused them before diving into the speedy up bit. It's as bad as it gets. The biggest, baddest bad tide this game can throw at you. And Resourceful's just sitting there contaminating. Well, I suppose this is a good show that we have stable districts, like I said, Wakani, at the beginning of the episode, because I never ever let you down. Not once have I ever said I was going to do something in an episode and then not done it. Definitely not including this very episode. I do hope you've enjoyed this mad little episode of Lemon Canyoneers, and I hope you're keen for next week, where we're going to have, of course, the big Warehoosing estate, and I really want to get some proper progress done in Resourceful. Like, we really need some sort of bad water solution on the crack up there. It's just unreasonable to continue to evacuate the entire district every time there's a bad tide. All we need is a nice long 30-day drought and we will be living our best beaver lives, peeps. I swear, dude, it's gonna be so good when we get that big drought. I can't believe I'm like hoping for a drought. But hey, sometimes a beaver has to wish for a drought. It's just one of them in this post-apocalyptic human world. Also, I wonder where Bob and the Book got to. Did he end up in the pit or did he end up in Lemon Overlook? Well, you keen-eyed beavers, make sure you keep your peepers peeped and let us know whether you see him bobbing about in the pit or bobbing about up there in Lemon Overlook. And also, let us know if you spy any other special beavers knocking about here and there. I do like this angle though, it's mad. But anywho, enough of my waffling. Lemon Canyoneers will return next Friday. But until then, I hope you have yourselves a lovely time and enjoy some classic Timberborn tunage.